welcome back to my channel. This is Michelle with Creative Operation, and today I want to share with you my tutorial that I'm doing for my design team project for Country Craft Creations. I was gifted the beautiful set by Carta Bella. The paper collection is called Hello Autumn, and it's just really a super beautiful collection to play with. And fall is my favorite, so I really had a lot of fun creating with this. If you saw my other two tutorials, the first thing I did was a holiday planner, fall themed, and then I did a folio album. And today what I'm doing is I'm making table settings. Now, part of the reason I did this is because I didn't have a whole lot of paper left over, so I wanted to do something that would be simple, quick, and would utilize any scraps that you had. These particular little items don't really take a whole lot of supplies. I was able to go through my stash and kind of raid my flowers and create some really pretty place settings. So what I did was I created a box. We're going to create a box. I'm going to make 6 altogether. We're going to create this cute little box. It will sit on your place setting for your Thanksgiving table, your holiday table, and be really pretty. You can put a little goodie in it, like I did. They measure, let's see, 2 by 2 by 2. So you could put, like I put in some Ghirardelli chocolates in here, and it could actually fit several more. I could probably fit 5 of them in here. So you could do something like that. I was thinking like you could do some nuts. If you put in like a cupcake liner in there, you could protect the insides and put, like some nuts. You could put a really pretty candle, so like the battery operated candle, obviously not a real candle because this is paper. You don't want to burn your house down on Thanksgiving, but you could put a little candle in there that would be really pretty. You could put a little gift. In this day and age, a really cute, my best friend Jackie gave me the idea, which I hadn't thought of, and I thought it was a great idea. And you could put like a little nice hand sanitizer from Bed Bath & Beyond, or not Bed Bath & Beyond, I do that every time, Bath & Body Works. You could get something like that and put in there and do kind of a little gift, whatever you wanted to do. And these would be really beautiful on your table, and they would also be a really pretty item that your guests could take away and take home with them and use them for something else. Like I said, put a little candle in it and have a little pretty. So let's look at the project. So again, it is a square box, 2 by 2 by 2, and I literally used scraps of pattern paper to make this. It's really super easy. So the base of it, what I did was I took my Artisan cardstock. I have a pile of scraps, and I went through and I used this die. Let me get this stuff out of here and I'll show you. I have this Tim Holtz Tattered Leaves die that I ran through my Sizzix with my scraps of pattern paper and created leaves, and then just kind of layered them together. I'll show you how to do this, and then set the box right on top of it. So it made a really pretty presentation. To decorate from my stash, I had some really cute little kind of almost fabric but not quite leaves that I just kind of sprinkled on there, and then on the front I tied some twine with a button from my stash, and then a couple flowers on the corner. You could decorate these any way you want. I did not have stickers with this collection, but if you had stickers, you could add stickers. You could also put a little tag on here and put your guest's name on there, however you wanted to do it. Once I got this all kind of squared away and how I liked it, then I took my bone folder and kind of gave some dimension. I don't know if you can see that with the leaves, because all the fall leaves, they are curly and they're not flat, so I did that. So this is the first one that I made, and I'll show you that one. So every one is a little bit different. I used a little bit different button. I used a little bit different flower. I went through my stash and I don't know if you guys remember these from like 100 years ago. They were flat flowers, and I just layered them together and glued them together to make some flowers from my stash. So that turned out really pretty. So I have this one with some different flowers, and I also added one of the little leaves too there as well. So they all turned out, they're all different, they're all unique, they're all very pretty. They all used up the scraps that were left over. So that's what the cool part of this project is. And I think honestly, they look beautiful on the plate. So I just thought this was a cool idea. So let's get started. I'll show you how to make it. So I made a set of 6 of them. So basically we're going to make one because they're all made exactly the same, and there's not a whole lot that you need to do it with. So I got some twine here, and I think this was about 1 yard, and I'm going to double it because I did the whole double bow kind of thing through the button. So we're going to need that. We're going to need some flowers. So this one was one that I made from a bunch of just flat flowers that I kind of just glued and squished together and made kind of a yellow themed flower here. So you need a couple flowers. Raid your stash, guys. This is a great stash buster. And again, you can decorate it with anything you want, so you don't have to do the leaf thing, but I thought it was really, really cute. I think for Christmas, if you did this with Christmas paper, you could use snowflakes. That would be really pretty. I just think there's a lot of possibilities with this little project. It's really cute. I have a couple leaves that I picked out. I have my button that I picked out. And then, like I said, I took my die and just some scraps of Artisan cardstock, and I cut out, or you know, punched out, whatever you want to call it, some leaves. Okay, the other thing that I did was to help with the bottom of the base of this is I cut a 1 3/4 inch circle that will help kind of bind the leaves together on the bottom. So I did do that. So I have that. And then basically for the actual construction of the box, you only need a couple things. So you need a 6x6 piece of paper, and you will put it in your scoreboard, and you're going to score it at 2 and at 4 on all 4 sides. Okay, so just 2 inches, 4 inches, turn it, 2 inches, 4 inches. That's all you need to do to make the box. And then you're going to need 9 pieces of cardstock. Now we'll need 5 squares, or cardstock, pattern paper. That's what we need. So you need 5 for the inside of the box because we will cover the bottom of the box. As you can see, the bottom is covered. On the outside, we only have to cover the outsides because the bottom is going to be glued onto the leaves, and you're not going to see that. Okay, so we'll need 5 squares. These measure 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and I did go ahead and use some Distress ink on everything. I used my Distress Oxide. The Ground Espresso is the color that I used. I really like that color. So I did that, and I did that on the leaves too, just a wee little bit, give it a little bit of color. And then so for the outside, I chose these scraps right here with these pumpkins. They're really, really super cute. So that's the papers that I chose, and let's get started. So again, if you're going to make one of these boxes and you have like a full piece of paper, 1 sheet of Artisan cardstock is 12 by 12, so you can get 4 boxes out of 1 12 by 12 sheet. You can also get 4 boxes out of 1 sheet of pattern paper if it's double-sided. So when you cut out your pieces, like if you do a 6x6 piece of paper, all you have to do is reverse 5 of the squares, and then you're good to go. I don't think this one is actually the one that I reversed, but like I said, I was using scraps. If you're using a full sheet of pattern paper, then 1 sheet of pattern paper and 1 sheet of cardstock will give you 4 boxes. Okay, so let's get started on how to put this together. Super, super easy. I've got my tools here. So basically, like I said, put your 6x6 in your scoreboard, and you're going to put it in, score at 2 and at 4, turn it 2 and 4. Okay, so then you will have 2-inch squares all the way around. And then what you're going to do is, I'm going to do this so that each side is reinforced. So I'm going to cut up straight, and then I'm going to turn this square that's to the right into a tab. Okay, and so you can see it's in a tab, and then I'm just going to turn it and do the same thing. Cut straight up that score line, and then turn the tab now to the right into a mitered tab. Okay, so now you have 2. All right, then we're going to turn it again and do the same thing. So we're going to do that all the way around. So you cut straight up. This is a super quick project, and it is so super cute. I just love how it turned out. When I was making them, I was just like, I was having so much fun doing them. So yeah, I have a table that has 6 chairs. It's a small dining table, so I made enough to fit my dining table. Obviously, you can make as many as you need. And then you can store them, or if your guests would like to take them, if you're using them as gifts, totally could do that. So however you want to do it. So now we've got kind of this pinwheel looking piece that's got all of the tabs created. Okay, so then I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of just fold and burnish my score lines just to get that done. Here we go. Super quick and easy to put one of these together. So I've already pre-inked my papers, so we won't do that on camera, but I did do that. And again, the papers, the pattern papers, are 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, okay? So we're going to cover the outside first, and what we're going to do is just make sure that you be careful, because you need to make sure that the sides are, you know, they're going to fold up. So you want, if there's any kind of orientation to your papers, you need to make sure that you do that, okay? So we're just going to glue those down. Let me grab my art glitter glue, and this time, before I use it, I'm actually going to stab it a couple times, because every time I do this on air, it never works. Okay, so make sure that your papers are in the right orientation, and just a little bit of glue. And we're going to glue this on the 4 sides. And we're not going to put one on the bottom, though, because we don't really need to put one on the bottom. That's going to be glued down to the leaves. Okay? I love this paper. I love the colors of it, and I just think it's so cool. And I really liked using the scraps, so that was kind of cool for me, because I didn't waste anything, which I hate wasting stuff, and I love going through my stash and, you know, finding, you know, the pretties to go with it, and kind of do some stash busting that way. And then they're all different, which I think is really, really cool. So if you are using this as a gift for your guests, then everybody has a one-of-a-kind project, which is really, really pretty neat too. So, and they're super easy, they're super fun. You could do this while watching a movie, you know, hanging out, chatting with friends, which is what I was doing. My BFF was here, and she was painting, and I was making these and working out the design. So it was fun to do. So I got to visit and do this at the same time. Okay, so outside is covered. So now we're going to turn it over. We're going to do just the bottom only, because we have to put the sides on first before, you know, we put the pattern paper on. So we have to actually build the box. So we're just going to do that in the middle. I find it easier to do it this first before you build the box, because otherwise it's kind of a deep hole. However, I will show you this, and we are going to actually use this later, so I'll show it to you later. But yeah, I'm going to show you a little thing. It was actually inspired by Tamara, so I will show that in a minute, because we are actually going to use it. Okay, so take one of your tabs, put a little glue on it. I don't know why I'm so shaky. I haven't had near enough caffeine today. Of course, maybe that is why I'm shaky. Maybe I need more. I don't know. But I've already got all my chores done today, so now it's playtime. Okay, so just put the side, glue that down, and then before I continue on, while it's kind of semi-open, I'm going to put some of my squares on, because it's easier than when the box is completely built. You only have a 2-inch space to work in, so I think that it's much easier to just kind of do it as I go. And that's what I did when I was making, you know, all the other ones, and it worked out really nice. Okay, so then fold in the next side tab. All right, we're just going to continue this all the way around. Super quick project, super easy, super fun. Doesn't take a lot of time, and it doesn't take a lot of supply either. All right. Okay, then grab one of your papers here and do that all the way around. Today is absolutely super beautiful where I live. It's sunshiny, it's gorgeous, it is cold. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. It's so cold. But I guess it's that time of year, huh? But supposedly this weekend we're supposed to have nice weather, and I don't think it's supposed to rain, but who knows. It's Oregon and it rains a lot. As long as it doesn't rain while it's freezing outside, I'll be happy. Okay, so I was careful. I'm going to be careful. Kind of tuck that tab on the inside, the tab we haven't glued yet, just so that it's going to be easier to put on in just a second. Because what you're going to have to do is kind of fold that tab to the inside and sneak some glue in here. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of room, but you can get the job done. And then we'll go ahead and glue that. We can put the other pieces on, other pattern papers on. Okay, we'll put these on and then we'll be good to go with that. And then the next step will be to create our little leaf base. You could even put this on, you could do a doily. There's lots of doily patterns, like on my silhouette website. You could do a little doily. You just buy a doily. You know, there's so many options for what you could do with this. I just thought the leaves would be really pretty and it would tie into the theme and it would use some scraps. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So that's what I did. But you can also, you know, whatever dies you have would work. Whatever cut files you wanted to buy or already have bought. Yeah, you could even buy leaves from your local craft store, and you know, craft leaves that you use for decoration, you can use those too. So however you want to do it, it's all good. Okay, our box is good. We're going to set this aside for right now, and then I'm going to grab my glue pad here. All right, so I took my leaves. This is how I did it. So I did 7 just because I kind of liked it to go all the way around. So I'm just going to put my circle just kind of right in the middle. I'm using my grids kind of to help me line things up, but it doesn't have to be super perfect. That's part of the charm of this. It doesn't have to be super perfect. So I just layered my leaves on at first to start. Just kind of keeping it, you know, kind of even. Now I do have an uneven number of leaves, and that's okay. But I'm trying to keep kind of my colors, you know, separated. So I'm just kind of just layering them down however you want to do them. Again, this is totally, you know, a really cool kind of random thing. So I'm going to do that a little bit, maybe move it over, just kind of play with it however you like it, however it looks. That looks pretty good. I like that. I like that. You can kind of check it to fit, you know, kind of put your box on it, see how you like it. If you need to move some leaves out or whatever, you know, just do that. That's cool. All right. So this is how I did it. I just kind of layered them down until I was happy. And then what I did was grab, now I know my circle is in here. This is going to be right in the middle. So I'm just going to grab my box and I'm going to put some glue on it. And I was pretty heavy with the glue on the bottom of the box because I want to make sure it kind of sticks, because there's like multiple layers here, and we're going to re-stick the circle in just a second. This worked much better this way. I did them a couple different ways because I had like 6 of them to check. Okay, so here's the tool that I'm going to use. So Tamara had one that someone had made for her, and it was a single big dowel. And and then they put one of those furniture feet, felt feet on the bottom. I didn't have a single dowel. I had 4 smaller dowels. So what I did was I just wrapped them together with fabric tape, and then I put one of those fabric feet on that I had and just cut it into a square. And now I can go in here and I can push down and make sure that I get my project, you know, pressed down with the glue. So that idea was from whoever made that for Tamara. So thank you very much. But because I didn't have, you know, the same supplies, I just kind of went in my stash and created my own. So, and it works really good, as you can see. So then I picked it up, and these are still going to be a little bit loose, but don't panic, because now we're going to glue the circle onto the bottom of the box. That's going to help secure things. Then you can also, you know, just kind of lift it up ever so gently, put a little glue down, make sure that your leaves are stuck. Okay, we don't want things falling apart. And then grab your circle and glue on here. And then I'm just going to put that on the bottom. That'll just help secure things even more. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it upside down, and then I'm just going to smash it again. Make sure the glue sticks. Okay, so we should be good. And that's going to be fairly, that's pretty sturdy. I mean, honestly, believe it or not, it is very sturdy. So we have our box made. So now it's just a matter of just deciding which one you want to be officially the front of your box. So however you think it looks best. So now we get to decorate. So first thing I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go around and I'm just going to kind of just curl my leaves just a little bit. I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to randomly curl my leaves up just to give them a little dimension. Okay, and then it makes it look, you know, the leaves look a little more realistic too, so they're not just so flat. Okay, and some of them are a little hard to get to, but you get the gist. You can use your fingers, you can use your bone folder, however you want to do it. Just, you know, some random kind of get a little lift in there. You can fold them a little bit with your fingers if you need to. Okay, so just get, so now you can see they kind of have a little bit of dimension and makes it look really pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my strands of thread through here, through my button, so that they come through the front. And then I'm going to pull that through a little bit. Okay, we're going to wrap this around our box. Okay, and tighten it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, where did my clip go? I had a clip here. I'm just going to use this to hold my button. And I'm going to tie it. And then we're going to cinch it closed. There we go. So that will help. There we go. And then just kind of situate where you want your button. That's pretty good. I kind of did them off to the side. All right. There we go. And so it doesn't wiggle, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clip that down again. Tie my bow. Maybe tie my bow. It's not helpful that it's not weighted down, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. And then fuss with your bow, make it the way you want it, however big, however small. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab my scissors, I'm going to trim the ends. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my glue. I'm just going to put a little glue behind this button and on the string, and then I'm going to use my clip again and I'm going to clip it down so that it will kind of glue it down. Okay, so now you have your pretty little bow. All right, right there. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is just add the rest of our decorations. It's going to be really fun. So let's see, I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to put a little glue here, and I'm just going to kind of put it down. This is such a super easy project and it's so fun to make. My bigger flower here, I'm going to put behind. So while I'm holding it here, I'm going to put a little glue here. And then going to kind of squish that down here. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue that right here in the corner. I'm going to hold that down for a few minutes, or a few seconds I should say, because our glitter glue does not take that long to set up. And the other thing you can do is if you need more leaves, you can always make more leaves. You can do whatever you want. This is your project. There we go. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue back here. There we go. Kind of glue that down. There we go. And you can fluff your flowers if you need to. Boy, I better hold that a little bit longer. Okay, so then I just kind of randomly laid leaves down and then just put some glue down there. And then let that set, and that just kind of also gives that kind of falling leaf kind of feel. There we go. And this guy here, I'm going to just kind of randomly put him here. And there we have it. Super cute. Whoops, that didn't work out very good. Always when I'm on camera, because I'll tell you what, when I was doing this the other night, man, I was whipping these things out and I didn't have any trouble at all. Doesn't that figure, huh? So anyway, yeah, this is the project. This is really a super cute little I mean, look how cute that is. Look at how cute this is. This turned out so cute. You can use this is all Artisan cardstock that I used for the leaves. I used craft brown, the burgundy, and the green. So you could use up your little bits to make your leaves. Totally beautiful. Make your flowers. You can raid your stash. Get some flowers that match. Got this cute little bow, and then look at this. So how cute is this? Get your candies and put your candies in here, and your guests are going to have a really, really super duper cute little project to take home with them, and it's going to be just a beautiful little place setting. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cute? This is so cute. I just love how it turned out. And there's all kinds of ideas. I mean, you can use this for any kind of get together, you know, Christmas papers. If Easter dinner, you could do Easter, and you know, who isn't going to love getting a bunch of Easter candy or a really cute little chocolate bunny in one of these things? I mean, the possibilities are like totally endless with this. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my project for you. Let me get them all back in camera so you can see them all again. There we go. So here we go. Just get those kind of out there so you can kind of see what they look like. I mean, they're super, super cute little projects to make. Don't take hardly any time or hardly any paper. And again, if you have scraps left over from your projects, you could totally make these and have a really cute table setting for your project or for your dinners and stuff. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please visit Country Craft Creations at countrycraftcreations.com and get your supplies. This is Carta Bella's Hello Autumn collection, and it is just absolutely super, super cute. And this project turned out really fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did. Thank you for all of your support. Have a lovely Halloween coming up, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.